So you know when you type on or tap your phone screen, you scroll through a certain point in an application, basically just interact with your phone in general, and in response your phone lets off a little vibration or tap? Well, those are called haptics. Your phone has a little motor in it that vibrates in order to give us a form of sensory or tactile feedback. Because as we know, in reality all we're doing is touching this slab of glass, and so this haptic feedback is very meaningful to the interaction with our devices. It helps this virtual experience become more immersive and, in a way, more physical. Nowadays, every smartphone has a vibrating motor in it, right? Right, but not all haptic feedback is the same. The haptics on one phone might feel tighter, richer, more robust, with a faster response time, and they help contribute to the phone feeling more premium. Whereas on another phone, the haptics might feel weaker and more buzzy, if you will, and they just might make your phone feel, well, cheap. This is where the chip that actually controls these vibration motors comes into play, that chip being from this video sponsor, Cirrus Logic. So what we wanted to do here is compare two phones and their respective haptic feedback. This blue phone right here, which has Cirrus Logic haptics, and this red phone, which doesn't. Let's go ahead and start with something that every smartphone user does, and that's type. Texting, jotting down notes, writing emails, all that good stuff. Doing so on this blue phone with Cirrus Logic haptics is leaps and bounds more enjoyable than it is on this red phone. The haptic feedback on the blue phone makes the phone feel sturdier. There's also less latency, meaning there's less of a delay from the moment your finger touches the screen to when the haptics actually respond. Again, haptics aim to create a more immersive and tactile response in an effort to emulate the feeling of actual objects. Think of this as typing on your computer using a high-quality mechanical keyboard versus a crummy, cheap one that you picked up from the dollar store. Both will get the job done and both do the same basic thing, but user experience matters, and let's be real, who wants to type on a super cheap keyboard? Next, let's compare the two in gaming. Haptic feedback is something that's complemented gaming in general for a long time, to give you a sense that the world you're inside is physically responding to you and to tell you what's happening as you play. You can of course use the same analogy I just gave, but with gaming controllers. Who wouldn't want to use the more robust, higher quality controller? The haptics on the red phone just won't give off as solid or as satisfying feedback. Instead, it's more feeble and less confident, if you will. And we all know how important better feedback can be for the enjoyment of the gaming experience. On top of this, playing even the simplest of games that involve on-screen buttons isn't the easiest thing to deal with in the first place. So we need all the help that we can get from our phone's haptics. Having good, high-quality haptics can not only help users keep better track of where those buttons are, but once again, they also provide a response that more closely emulates the feel of an actual button press, not just a hollow buzz. Alright, so the third and last category is notifications. Now we all get notifications from many different applications all throughout the day, right? From alarms and phone calls to messages and emergency alerts, anything and everything. Now, the last thing you want is for your phone to just buzz off the table when it gets one of these notifications. You need to be alerted, but you don't want a phone that buzzes obnoxiously. These high quality Cirrus Logic haptics in the blue phone provide you with these alerts in many different ways that you just can't experience on the red phone. Something like a soft tap tap when you get a Twitter notification, for example. Maybe a medium level single tap for a text, or something a little stronger and prolonged for an alarm or a phone call. Either way, there are a good number of ways that your phone can let you know something's up when it comes to haptics. And with premium haptics, your phone can tell you these things on different levels. So let's go ahead and check out the difference between these two when getting certain alerts. Okay, nice, crisp, and solid haptics right here. Let's try the red phone. Yep, not so nice, not so crisp, and definitely not so solid haptics on the red phone. I hope we've been able to give you a much better idea as to why high quality haptics are important, like the Cirrus Logic haptics on the blue phone, and why low quality haptics are something you should try to avoid, like whatever this red phone has. But there you have it, just a couple reasons why phones with better haptics help provide a more enjoyable, immersive, premium, and overall much better user experience. Haptics are the phone's way of responding to you or communicating with you, so why not go for the best of the best? Thanks again to Cirrus Logic for sponsoring this video. You can learn much more about haptics and why they matter by using the very first link down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, subscribe to the Android Police channel if you're new. It's been Zach. I'll talk to you guys later, and thank you for watching.